When my wife and I decided to start a medical college, what motivated us was the problem with underserved areas of Virginia. At the time we started, when you look nationally, they were projecting a shortage in 2010 of about 50,000 physicians nationally. The number turned out to be 68,000. By the time we looked at 2020, we were looking at a shortage of about 200,000, and because of schools like VCOM that have opened and other schools that have expanded, the number is really about 100,000 short in 2020. When you look out to 2030, depending on whose numbers you're using, we're looking at a national shortage in the range of 120,000 to 130,000. The point being that we'll never catch up in the production of medical students, turning them into practicing physicians. That's why all of the allied healthcare professions need to develop and practice at the top of their licenses to fill in around and support the physicians. Our goal in life is simple. As I tell the students on the first day, we're here to save the world. That's our mission, and if that's not your mission, you came to the wrong school. We want to turn out, we think the biggest need is primary care physicians. We want to turn out primary care physicians who will stay in the Appalachian and Southeast part of the United States and practice medicine for the rest of their lives. We view Limestone College as the type of place which has provided us with outstanding students and can provide us with a lot more outstanding students. We essentially want to be Limestone's College of Medicine. What we offer to Limestone as an inducement and hopefully to continue to build our relationship is we have an articulation agreement which essentially says to Limestone, we'll give you most favored nation status. We'll accept all of your students who have the capacity to get through medical school. The national average of attrition in medical schools is 8%. We tend to run about 3.8. The other thing that we have is a special program called the Rockovich Scholars Program, which provides students, if they're really outstanding students after the first 2 years and take the necessary courses, we can accept them into medical school after their second year. They have to continue to make good grades, of course, and we also can waive the MCAT, which eliminates a lot of expense and a whole lot of stress. So our goal is to continue to develop a better relationship and a long-term relationship with Limestone on the belief and the conviction that they'll provide us with the type of students we need to be successful and to settle in this area. That's our primary goal, but now, you know, we have some others. I have no conscious memory of when I wasn't a Southern Baptist, although you're not born a Southern Baptist. I just can't remember when I wasn't one. And I guess I drank the Kool-Aid early on missionary work. I was determined to start a medical school that was committed to missionary work, both in the local area in the Southeast, and we also have full-time missionary medicine clinics in El Salvador, Honduras, and in the Dominican Republic. So all of our students have an opportunity to train in third world countries, and it does a number of things. One, it solidifies the reason you went to medical school, and it helps you realize why you're there. And psychological studies, you know, have shown forever that people who serve other people are the happiest people in the world. I myself look on the practice of medicine as the ultimate in a service career. So while I'm like most lawyers, and I can talk indefinitely on any subject, I could probably go on for hours. Although I once had the opportunity to be on a talk show that went for 4 hours, and I discovered at the end of 4 hours I'd almost exhausted all the things I had to say about VCOM. But I want to leave time for somebody else. But thank you for being here. I really look forward to developing the relationship, however maximally we can do it with Limestone, with more students coming to VCOM, with the programs we can do together to promote healthcare in South Carolina and the southeastern United States. So thank you for being here.
Past week, I was having Thanksgiving dinner in the mountains, and the conversation at dinner roams around a lot of subjects. And at one point, someone started and said the name of a family I knew, another family that grew up in the rural Carolinas like I did, another family with first-generation college students, and the daughter had great grades through high school and wanted to be a physician, and had chosen to go to one of the large state universities in the Carolinas. After the first year with the intro classes, with the hundreds of students in the lecture hall and the graduate assistants, She wasn't sure what to do because her grades weren't where she had hoped they would be. Her support wasn't there. And after the silence fell over the table and people said, yes, that's a story we hear too often, someone turned to me and said, so what's new at Limestone? And my answer was, well, after Tuesday, there is a better path for students like that. Because at Limestone, they'll take those courses from dedicated faculty. And if they've got a question, I know our faculty will wear them out with answers when they come by the office. And we've got some of our pre-med students here today who can reinforce that understanding and belief. And if they take the right courses, and our faculty will make sure they do, and make the right grades, they'll know they're on path to medical school because of the great opportunities with VCOM. This partnership works not because VCOM is willing to be our medical school, but also because we share a vision. We share a vision of helping the Carolinas, particularly the rural Southeast, and making sure that our students are able to have the careers and service opportunities that they desire. And the health professions are an increasing source of where students choose to major, and this path to become a physician complements well our move into nursing with our nursing program, our behavioral health programs, and the other areas that are expanding at Limestone. So thank you, Dr. Rakovich. Charles?
At this time, especially if our photographers want to aim this way, we do have the articulation agreement between Limestone and VCOM. Mr. Rakovich and Dr. Parker will now sign that agreement formally. I think that's worth a round of applause.